everywhere. Thank you. People power. Our power. NUP. And everywhere. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please resume your seats. Thank you, SG. I also want to add my voice in welcoming back Comrade Achideo. Strong brother, strong. One day all this will be history. I also want to congratulate Comrade Tana, Honorable Tana. Elanga and Nevagami already confirmed. We'll be there, we'll stand with you, and we'll weather the storm together. I've not seen Swabra or the Giant. I want to congratulate them. What a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time on Saturday. Congratulations, comrade. Honorable Mwanga Chibumbi did justice to this matter, and that has helped me. I'm going to be very, very brief on this coffee bill. Although Honorable Mwanga Chibumbi was a little too diplomatic, and he had a lot of English, like all experts. But in simple terms, this coffee bill is our only enablers. This is not the first attempt. Museveni tried to take your coffee, hiding behind Beneti. So this is yet another attempt, and he will not stop until we stop not just the bill, but the man himself. It is no secret. He has a very, very clear path, a clear trail behind him. Remember what happened to vanilla. Once upon a time, a kilo of vanilla was 300,000 shillings. And now, it's 10,000 shillings, I think. 3,000 a kilo. But the price of vanilla on the international market has not reduced. But now, it's just a few people, Sudil-san and a few people connected to the powerful are the ones that own Uganda's vanilla. All your vanilla. Not only vanilla. You know what happened to the sugar cane? It started by zoning. Now you know how much a sugar cane is. The price of sugar just continues to go up. Same thing that happened to many other things, including my runji. Pineapples, etc., etc., etc. The people that come from West Nile, you know what happened to tobacco. No wonder you don't have thriving, distributors. You don't have sportsman, Benson and Hedges, and all those other cigarette factories and manufacturers here anymore. It was deliberate. The people of Western Uganda, you know what happened to milk. Milk products have never cut prices, but your milk was controlled and given to one family, Museveni's family. You know what happened to our gold. Now gold is exclusively belonging to one family. And all the gold mines, if it's not for Janet, it's for Sale. If it's not Sale, it's Mohozi. If it's not Mohozi, it is Sodo and others. You know what is happening to our fish. You cannot fish on our God-given lakes. Given to a few people. So me, I want to be blunt and say that all lucrative sectors are given to Museveni's family in a way of colonizing you further, of taking away your national wealth, of making sure they control your income, because only poor people can be effectively controlled. That is what Museveni is doing. These are not amongst, they are only tools There are pawns being used. Forget the nonsense of cutting costs. That are RDCs and assistant deputies. Sounds like a joke, but it's true. That is Museveni for you. The same person who claims he wants to cut costs has 82 ministers. Many of them, I'm sure he does not know them. That's the person who's claiming he wants to cut costs. He has presidential advisors. He uses 2 billion every day. He oversees the loss of 10 trillion shillings in corruption. The same person who could control it. It is under his protection that one of his courts smuggled a bill of 9.6 billion shillings. Apparently, like Comrade Weiss was saying, to teach Ugandans how to drink coffee. That is the person who is claiming to want to cut costs. In the Dubai Expo, they spent 3 billion of our money just to hire a stall. Umdala, Dubai. 3 billion, million for me, sir. The same person, the same regime that claims they want to cut costs, under State House alone, I mean, he claims he wants to merge, and that's a lie, it's not merging. Like Honorable Mwagachibumi put it clearly, Section 4 of that bill puts it clear. They want to scrap UCDA and put it under Ministry of Agriculture. But the same person knows that we have URA, but he created the Revenue Intelligence Unit and he gave it to a known thief. The same person knows that we have Ministry of Health, but under State House there is Health Monitoring Unit with a budget. The same person claiming he wants to cut costs. We have Ministry of Lands, but he created Land Monitoring, Land Protection Unit under State House. It goes on and on and on and on and on. You have IDG, but you have State House Anti-Corruption Unit. So, I mean, those things of saying they are cutting costs, it's a lie. It's a wrong excuse. But that's the Museveni that we have known all the time. And those of you that didn't know him, now that is the Museveni for you today. Our farmers, our coffee producers, have wailed, they've said, save UCDA, it's helpful. Because indeed it's helpful. Yes, our coffee is not as vibrant as it was in yesteryears. But UCDA has been very helpful. Under UCDA, you've seen that coffee farmers have been happy. They've noticed a growth in the production of coffee, in the value of coffee, on the international market, etc., etc., etc. So, why then stop something that's functioning well to reduce it to a system of things that have failed? You have seen the corruption in the Ministry of Lands, even before the current minister. I mean, the same Lands Ministry oversaw the selling of national ranches to individuals, companies, and groups. And now, that's the same ministry under which you want to place our coffee. In brief, Museveni wants to place our coffee in the hands of Rwamirama, in the hands of Tumesije, in the hands of, who is the permanent secretary? Major Shomuka. That's where Museveni wants to place your coffee. So this, in no uncertain terms, is an attack on the pockets of the coffee growers. And he knows who the coffee growers are. It is a plan to have a few people take your coffee and control you financially and economically. Also, the idea of putting a plant in Tungamo is not practical. Why? Because coffee growers are scattered all over the country. You want to tell me coffee from Bugisu has to first travel and go Ntungamo. And what was the logic behind that? Is Ntungamo the most vibrant coffee growing district in Uganda? You know the reason why they're doing that. So, ladies and gentlemen, looking at the spirit in which this bill was brought, I can tell you it is an attack. And I mean, God is wonderful. It works in different ways. And it among, in English there's a kind of tongue slip called a Freudish slip, where you accidentally spill the beans and say out what is on your heart. In Uganda, there's the emandwa gyebayita mu Luzungu. Emandwa. In Uganda waliwo emandwa gyebayita bwanika. Ekutemba n'ovaayo n'obyogera nga totegedde. So, it's not very good to joke with this Baganda because they have that mandwa. Now Anita Mom ended up spilling the beans. So, this bill, ladies and gentlemen, me, I will be crude. This bill is intended to punish the people of Uganda and the people of Bugisu and all those coffee growers for voting Museveni out. They are looking for all avenues where you earn a coin and they want to steal for it. What they have done to vanilla, what they are doing to the lakes and all the water bodies is what they want to do to the coffee. And if you don't fight back, they will succeed. You remember these people wanted to take your land by bringing an amendment to ensure that when the government, and you know the government is Museveni, that when the government wants your land, they first take it and then tell you how much they will pay. If you didn't fight, you would have lost the land. If you don't fight this time, you're in big trouble. So this is a way of clamping down on you. It is intended to impoverish you because poor people will always be beggars. That is the intention. The coffee industry, ladies and gentlemen, here in Uganda is sustaining more than 2 million families. Did you say 2.5? Yeah, in Uganda. 12 or 2? Families. Wow, not 2 hours wrong. 12 million families are surviving on coffee. And now, somebody wants to reject it firmly. But most importantly, and this is very important, please note it, that those that are presenting that bill and those that are speaking for that bill are not innocent. They are not only expressing an opinion. You know, this attack is a crime. It's a crime on impoverishing people deliberately. It's a crime. It's supposed to be a crime. And these people speaking for that bill, for that deliberate effort to impoverish our people, they are not innocent. They are not only expressing an opinion. They are part of that project. They are part of that plan. They have a duty. Their role is just to speak. Their role is a propaganda role. You need to understand this. In every attack on a people, everyone has a role. The military has a role to brutalize you. The so-called intellectuals have a role to go on TV, put on ties, and speak a lot of intellectual dishonesty to sanitize it. So this is an attack on people which will have dire consequences if you don't fight back. And those people speaking for it should be equally culpable. They are not innocent. So treat them just like their masters, because they are serving a role. Their role is a propaganda role, and that propaganda role is very, very effective in breaking a people. Very, very sadly, some of them are paid. Not just paid, but they are paid members of that affected group of people. I'll say that again. Some of those are paid members of that affected group of people, because they know that the affected group of people will trust them and believe them easily. They are criminals too. Amongst words, ladies and gentlemen, we are not a mistake. Those are words of Museveni. Those are words of amongst friends. Those are words of amongst friends. Many of them are from here in Uganda. Have you seen them? Have you heard from them? Did you see them in Parliament on that day? I'm asking, did you see them on Parliament that day? Have you heard anything from them? Hopefully the first word they speak when they show up will not be Kyagulanyi tayagala Buganda yasindikiriza nani Kamongo kwogera ebigambo. I hope this opens your mind. I hope this shows you that this regime attacks different groups differently. Nobody is safe. What happened in Karamoja when they took their minerals that would have transformed their lives, and many other regions in Uganda that benefit from coffee. Coffee can come here. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to also talk about our political prisoners who are forced to take a guilty plea. These are innocent people. When I was speaking last time, I encouraged all of you to stand with them, to be kind to them, to understand them. I also want to inform you that the regime has no limits on how far it can go with this shamelessness. Now, apparently, they want to take those people to Chankwanzi as soon as they come out of prison. I spoke to one of them, our sister Olivia Odaya. She knows I understand, and she knows many of you understand. She expressed her fears and told us that whatever we can do, we should help her and other friends that have not weakened yet to defend them, because once they are convicted, all they have to do is serve their sentence and get the hell out of prison. Museveni and his regime have no power or responsibility over Olivia Lutaya and those prisoners. So after their sentence, they should be freed. But that will not happen unless if you raise your voices. Please don't forget them. Continue raising your voices for them. I also want to remind us, all of us, about our missing brothers. Up to now, several years later, our brother John Bosco Chibalama is still missing. On Saturday, his twins, who are now 8 years, they were 2.5 years when he was taken away. Now, his twins, Noreen Chibalama and Samuel Chibalama, were having their confirmation in the Catholic Church, and I had to go and stand in as their father. But it's not only Chibalama John Bosco. We have Damulila John, we have Wangolo Shafik, we have Rukwago Martin, we have Semodu Michael, Musisi Mbowa, we have Narumo So Vincent, Semola Dennis, Kanata Muhammad, Katumba George, Mbabazi John, Moses, Sempija Yuda, Mugumya Arafat, Chitio Peter, Mwemba Mustafa, Mobiru Hassan, Sesazi Isma, Chisembo Godfrey, and those are the few that we were able to know. They are still missing. We still want them back, dead or alive. So Museveni and your people, please bring back our people. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Muzikirize mbizene mu Luganda mpola mpola. Basebeni banyamu, already namazeta okuyozayoza candidate waffe Comrade Tana, Honorable Tana, candidate waffe wa Kisoro district. Already maze okukulisayo muganda waffe akireewo mu Batuju, ate nga bo gyebayita banaabo Abatuju. Maze okuyozayoza manyinaffe Swapula Omukisa ne Chaliwe Bobby Giant batweseze ekitiibwa over the weekend. Honorable Mwanga Kibubi atukoze bulungi nnyo kuba ensonga z'emmwanyi azinnyonnyodde bulungi, naye nga bwe ŋŋambye nti yabadde decent nnyo, abadde mukkakkamu nnyo ng'ayogera ku nsonga zino, n'olulimi akozesezza olulimi olw'ekigunjufu kuba bwe kirina okubeera. Ekyennaku nti ebiseera ebimu bw'oba oyogera ku nsonga ez'abantu abataliimu bugunjufu n'akamu, abataliimu kuswala n'akamu, ze ndowooza nti wabawo ekiseera ebigambo tolina biriikirira n'obyogera nga bwe biri. So munzikirize Yesu okutaanya ensonga za Honorable Mwanga Kibumbi nze mbyogere bwogezi nga bwe biri, nti lino etteeka ly'emmwanyi okugyawo Uganda Coffee Development Authority okuginyiga mu minisitule y'ebyobulimi. First of all, kya bulimba, balimba nti baagala bigatta bogasi, baagala kugyawo kitongole kya UCDA bakiteeke mu minisitule y'ebyobulimi. Minisitule eyo ekulirwa Frank Tumwebaze, na Minister of State ye Fred Wamirama, ate nga permanent secretary yani Ikamuka. Abantu bennyini betulabye gye buvuddeko nga buli minisitule gye bakoleddemu babadde bunyaguluzi. Minisitule yennyini eyo ebyobulimi mumanyi paati yazanya mu kutunda n'okugabangula branches oba amalundiro agali agavumenti agali mu mayiro ne mayiro ez'ettaka. Naye ekyo kivuddeko, njagala ensi yonna ekimanye nti obwo bulumbaganyi obwakoleddwa ku balimi b'emmwanyi nga baagala okubaavuwaza, nga baagala okubafukamiza kubanga baagala bafugika. Eryo etteeka si lya Anita Mongo, eryo etteeka lyabagiddwa Museveni. Anita Mongo ne banne just bakozi, n'eryo etteeka lyabagiddwa Museveni. Abazze batunuulira ensonga munajjukira nti tekitandise kati, ate mwanyi tebazitandise kati, bayagala oddozitwala. Naye ekyo ekintu kimu kye bakola ku vanira. Mikwano gyaffe bangi nnyo vanira yali akyusiza obulamu bwabwe. Mujjukira ku ntigo ya vanira kiro yali egula $300. Naye kakati nze mbagamba kiro egula $1,000, Honorable Katabazi n'aŋŋamba nedda oli ku bikadde kati egula $300. Ekiboga bwe bagitunda ebbeeyi bagitunda $500, yali ku $300. Njagala obajjukiza akatale ka vanira tekasalanga tekakenderanga mu nsi yonna. Ku katale k'ensi yonna vanira kyakola kyekimu. Naye mu abalimi baagala babafootolere wano kubanga bataddewo etteeka tolina woyinza mu ttunda, olina mugozaffe. Kakati abantu abagula vanira bali 3 nga mwabo mwe muli mutabani wa Sudiiri. Kwekamba makinga sure obugagga bw'ensi yonna babukwata ne babusa mu bantu 3 oba 4, either abaawo ab'omunju oba abagwira be basobola okontrolinga. Ekyo tebakikomya ku vanira, ekyo bakikola ku bikajjo. Era abaana b'e Busoga mumanyi bulungi, twakula tumanyi cash crop eb'e Busoga bikajjo ng'Abasoga beewaana n'ebikaado. Kati Waiswa era ddamu weewaana n'ebikajjo se. Bwe batyo bwe baakola, Museveni bwe yasobola okunafuya ebyennyingiza ebyenfuna by'Abaganda baffe ab'e Busoga n'abalala abatali Busoga, naye abaalimanga ebikajjo. Ebikajjo tebyalimanga Busoga, naye kubanga bisinga kulimwa Busoga be baali target people, era n'asobola ekibatuusaako. Mu ngeri emu baganda bange, njagala mujjukire kye buvuddeko myezi mitono baasalako amayirungi, era abalimi b'amayirungi bali mu kweyaguza lujjo. N'ova ku ekyo tebakomawo, baagenda ku buli sekita na buli bantu balima kintu. Ab'omu West Nile be baali basinga okulima wano Taba, ekyo nakyo ekikuba bwe kityo. Abaana b'Omwankole abaali bafulumya amata bamekinga sure nti amata ago gakontrolingibwa mukoddomi wa Museveni eyawasa muwala we. Tekyakomaawo, buli kyabugagga kya ggwanga si bya bulimi byokka byokka. Tunulira gold, kati gold wa famire ya Museveni yekkirizibwa yokka okusuubula gold okumufulumya eggwanga, ate nga tesasula na musolo. Ebirombe bya gold mu Uganda byonna kati bya family ya Museveni kiba si kya Janet kiba kya Sale kiba kya si kya Sale kya Muhoozi kiba si kya Muhoozi kya Sodo muze mu birabo yonna mubende erubaali ne walala yekola gye baze bakola ebyennyanja kati ennyanja zonna basalako okuvubirako olina kubeera waabwe bwe batyo bagenze banyigiriza ebyenfuna by'abannansi kakati saawa zino bali ku mmwanyi. So njagala mukimanye nti eno evo tobono kaweefube ng'okufaanana ku kaweefube omulala abaddewo wakubaavuwaza kubakakanya kubafukamiza mubeere nga temulina kyemugamba okujjako nga mufukamiridde Museveni oba abafamire ye. Of course aboogezi be bavuddeyo nga bagamba nedda twagala kukendeeza ku nfulumya tetusobola kubeera ne ministry ebyobulimi ate nga tulina n'ekitongole ekikulaakulanya emmwanyi ekya Uganda Coffee Development Authority. Naye kambabuuze omuntu agamba nti ayagala kugatta bitongole bino okufulumya ssente kukendeere ye muntu y'omu ayina baminisita 82 abamu tabamanyi namannya. Mujjukira Amini ayina baminisita bameka 18. Museveni ayina baminisita 82. Muyinza nokera ku makya ng'ayongeddeko omulala. Ayina ba RDC n'ateekako ne ba deputy RDC kati ataddeko ne ba assistant deputy RDC. Abo bonna basasulwa ku ssente ya muwa musolo owa Uganda. Naye agamba teyagala kola ki kukendeeza kwejaajaamya n'ansaasaanya. Ye muntu y'omu akozesa biliyoni 2 buli lunaku. Biliyoni 2 oyinza okugamba ze bafumbisa baziteeka mu kyoto. Ye muntu y'omu abantu be babba triliyoni 10 buli mwaka zimaze okusolozebwa mu musolo zo balinda nga zimaze okusolozebwa ne basooka ne batemako ezaabwe. Ye muntu y'omu agamba nti kati emmwanyi ayagala ginyiga mu ministry ey'ebyobulimi naye nga ministry nyingi bwe ziri. Waliwo ministry y'ebyobulamu, ministry of health, naye under State House yateekawo health monitoring unit naye nagiwa budget number eringa ministry. Tulina Uganda Revenue Authority naye yataddewo Revenue Intelligence Unit mu State House nagiwa budget naye eringa ya ministry. Tulina ekitongole kya IGG Inspector General of Government naye yateekawo State House Anti-Corruption Unit naye nagiwa budget eringa ya ministry. Yagamba nti ayagala kugatta ze ministries. Tulina Ministry of Lands naye yateekawo State House Land Protection Unit nagiwa budget naye yagamba nti ku kyemmwanyi tusaasanya ssente nnyingi nnyo. So njagala mumanye nti bino byakubasiruwaza naye ng'ekigendererwa kubaabuwaza agenza okulaba mu mmwanyi mugaggawala nnyo. N'agamba nazo kanzikwateko ate nga bumunakkiriza nazajja zitwala. Museveni tagenda kyalina kyagenda balekera. Mujjukira banga toneriise era yagala kutwala ttaka lyammwe lyonna ng'ayagala kuyisa tteeka nti gavumenti ate nga mumanyi Museveni ye gavumenti wano. Bw'aba yeegombye ettaka ajja buzina agamba lino ettaka gavumenti eyagala litwala. Tujja kubulya sente meka gavumenti erejjokuuza ejjokuwa abantu bamala kulemerako ekyo ne kifa. So musaba muleme kusuula step mulemereko nnyo ku mulundi guno kubanga singa temulemerako baganda bange mujja kuba muwe. Honorable Mwanga Kivumbi tukoze bulungi nnyo n'obitunnyonnyola mu detail yabyo. Tewali mugaso gwonna gwa kugatta bitongole kuba kibagezaako okukola Kenya